When you look at the elaborate headpieces and striking face paint of a traditional Ugandan performance, it is easy to see it exclusively as a cultural showcase. It is visually stunning, deeply rooted in history, and on the surface appears to be purely entertainment. Because of that surface beauty, there is a common misconception regarding the people on stage. The assumption is that performing arts exist in a separate universe from trade or services, operating completely outside the formal, taxable economy. But that ignores the mechanics of the creative economy. This is a system where abstract human imagination, like a melody or a choreographed dance, is captured and converted into measurable economic value. The performer you see on stage acts as the catalyst for a system that contributes a growing share to Uganda's gross domestic product, the total value of all goods and services produced within our borders. To accurately gauge the trajectory of Uganda's national wealth, we have to look past the costumes and the stage lighting. We need to analyze the performing arts exactly as we would any other sector, as a formal pillar of the national economy. Take Uganda's expansive tourism network. Every year, international visitors travel vast distances to see geographical assets like Murchison Falls or mountain gorillas in Bwindi. While the breathtaking landscapes draw them in, those visitors expect and pay for authentic local experiences during their stay. When they pay for those services using currency from their home countries, they are generating foreign exchange for the Ugandan economy. Safari lodges and hotels meet this demand by hiring local dance troupes and musicians to entertain their guests. This creates a direct financial pipeline, routing that international currency straight into rural communities. The geography brings the audience to the country, but the performing arts act as the conversion mechanism, turning a scenic view into spendable foreign exchange. We see this engine scale up even further during domestic events, like a live music concert in Kampala. This illustrates the economic cycle of an event. At the center is the ticket revenue. That capital first moves outward to fund direct jobs on stage, singers, dancers, and the band. But the flow continues into a massive ecosystem of indirect jobs, funding event planners, engineers, and security. Finally, the capital reaches the macro level. Professional arts companies pay taxes, directing a percentage of the entire cycle straight to the Uganda Revenue Authority. You can see the physical reality of this diagram on the streets on the night of an event. Thousands of attendees create an immediate surge in demand for local transport providers, filling taxis and bodabodas long before the first song is played. A single concert ticket funds a sprawling microeconomy that puts wages in the pockets of local workers and helps fund national infrastructure. This capital flow is substantial, but the industry currently faces hurdles. Music piracy strips revenue away from original creators, and a lack of formal business structures can leave professionals operating in a cycle of instability. However, these structural weaknesses represent an opportunity. The missing infrastructure has created a distinct professional gap for anyone capable of driving professionalization into the sector. To close that gap, the market needs specialized talent behind the scenes. There is high demand for skilled arts managers to organize talent, legal consultants to protect rights, and financial planners to manage revenue. Integrating these roles introduces sustainability. It allows creative projects to transition from surviving individual events to becoming resilient businesses that can grow over decades. The performing arts in Uganda have always possessed immense cultural value. By mastering the economic science behind their craft, the next generation of performers ensures their talent translates into sustainable growth for their communities and the national economy.